These next two guys that we're going to talk to, they got twist, they got speed, they got knowledge, and they're both 4 stars. And remind a lot of people of the Wallace twins when they came in. Um, and they do me too, but I think both these guys also have some James Washington in them. When I watch them on tape, good route technicians, present a great target to the quarterback. But let's get to these guys. You want to hear from them. You don't want to hear me squawking. We're talking about Blaine and Bryson Green. And guys, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, sir.
I know this was a process. Kind of take the fans through the recruiting process. You guys had a lot of offers, as you should, and going through it during a pandemic when you couldn't. You'd been on the Oklahoma State campus, and I assume you'd been on quite a few others. But when this thing got shut down, as you were getting close to your decision, you didn't get a chance to go back and make any final visits, final checks. Take me through the recruiting process for you.
Okay. Well, for us, it started pretty early. I mean, as we had an older brother in Seth Green that attends the University of Minnesota, so we were sort of prepared for the recruiting process. We started camps young, so we got like our first couple offers, our freshman going to sophomore year, and I mean, the recruiting process is all about relationships, building them with the coaches, just making sure you're comfortable in that situation. And Oklahoma State was like that for us. We had been up there multiple times, been up to games, multiple junior days, and I guess when it came down to the pandemic, it really felt like we had found a home in Oklahoma State where we were calling coaches every day, FaceTiming, Zooming. I know Coach Sam was grilling with his wife one night, and he called me just to check up on me, and we just really appreciate all the stuff they did for us.
All right, let me make sure. Was that Blaine I was talking to?
Yes, sir. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No. I kind of thought that. Now let me throw this question at Bryson because uh, Casey Dunn obviously is, I like to call him a superstar, and he's got 2 daughters that are at Oklahoma State, and they're both kind of superstars, and their family is extremely popular in Stillwater. So I know him really well. But your older brother's at Minnesota, and
Yes,
correct me if I'm wrong, Bryson, was Clay Patterson involved in recruiting you guys?
He was, and he's a great guy and a great dude, and he's really close to our family and everything. But he says he knows Coach has done pretty well, and he loves him. So
And that's funny because Clay coached with my son, who's the head coach at NEO. Clay was the head coach, and my son was the assistant head coach, and so I know Clay really well. I know Baylor was in the thick of this toward the end. I don't know who
yeah,
was recruiting you from Baylor, but you guys had some really good coaches to make relationships with.
yeah, it was. It was a hard choice. It was a hard choice, but it came down to it, and we felt most comfortable with Coach Dunn and Coach Gunny and the whole staff, and just felt like a place where we could play and have the best opportunity at the next level.
I know ESPN has both you guys as 4 stars. I don't pay as much attention to that. At Sports Illustrated, they haven't started a ranking system yet. We just cover recruiting, and when I look at it, I just kind of look at the players. And the amazing thing with you guys, I don't see how anybody could separate your ranking because uh, you guys. I mean, maybe just a slight. Blaine's maybe just a slight bit bigger, but it's hard to tell the two of you other than the number because even blocking, you guys are both good blockers, and you don't always see that in receivers. Who's
Nah, you gotta take
responsible?
enjoyment of that.
Well,
You
and
gotta take
who's
pride.
responsible for the training to make you guys as good as you are right now?
Travis Wilson. He actually went to Oklahoma, if you remember him.
yeah. Back when AB was there, he played. I know he talks about he's played in We played in 2 national championships, didn't win one. So I messed with him all about it. But he's a great dude, great coach. He's currently a high school coach at Denton High School. But we started training with him in the 8th grade, and it just sparked something. I credit a lot of the stuff we're able to do to him and all the work we've been able to do.
That's pretty cool. And how much do you guys help each other? I mean, during a game, I know you're both on the field a lot at the same time, but how much do you talk with each other about things you might see in the defense, maybe in a certain corner, something he can get beat on? Because what an advantage to be able to communicate with your brother during a game and have help each other.
It is, especially watching, not only in the game, I'll get to that, but watching film. It's always easy to watch film because you have someone else to kind of show your blind spots, per se, saying, like, if you see this and then he doesn't see, I can call it out for him. But game time situation, it's fun. I know we start the game off seeing who can get the first pancake block because it's just a little contest we have. But other than that, we can tell which corner. We've watched film from the previous week or film on the team, but we can tell which safety because we might most likely don't have the same corner. But if the safety shades or if the linebacker's like bumping, if we're playing slot that play, we can just come back to the hole the next play and kind of tell each other which one has a deficiency in what they're doing.
All right, two things, and I'll let you go because I don't want to bog you down. And you guys have, what do you got? Boxing at 11?
Yeah, we started boxing up actually last year, and we started up a couple of years ago. But we started doing that for hand speed, and it's helped a lot with just press on DBs and being able to get the DB's hands off of me and just recognizing what DB's shooting is outside or anything like that.
Yeah, I noticed neither one of you guys have a problem with press coverage.
Oh, no, we love it.
And we love it. Man on man, always winning.
All right, let me get into the last two things. One, I think I asked one of you guys yesterday. Oklahoma State's tapped into Allen, which is obviously one of the powerhouse football high schools in the state of Texas. But Jaden Jernigan already here, came in last year as a freshman, and for a defensive tackle, which is not usually a position you see a freshman get a lot of time at, Jaden came in, made a strong impression. He's a big reason why that defensive line is looked at to be a real strength for this season.
Man, we love that dude. He was a real mentor for us when we came down there and we took a visit to OSU 2 times. He was by his whole entire time watching us through the process. But man, he's a great guy, and I'm just glad he got the opportunity to do what he's doing.
Well, last thing, I'm just kind of curious because you guys look so much alike on the field. You do a lot of the same things well. You have a lot of the same attributes. What about academics? Because that's a big part of that's the biggest part of this is you're going to get your college education paid for. And do you guys seem to have the same interests off the field, maybe what you want to major in? Or are you going to make that a brother project too? Because I would think that would help too when you're if you're studying the same stuff, just like you were talking about on film, you got somebody to bounce stuff off of.
Yeah. I mean, definitely academics number one before sport. I mean, our parents have taught that from a young age. So, I mean, of course, we're actually taking 2 classes right now, English and government in the summer, so we can graduate early.
Oh yeah.
And enroll in at OSU in the spring. But with majors and stuff, I feel like our interests are close. We have some of the same strengths like math, but I think we're headed probably 2 different directions. I know we both like engineering, but I also like animal science and Bryson. You got yours?
Oh yeah, I'll probably say mostly engineering field, somewhere in that area. But oh yeah. But I said the summer school, we've been using each other just, man, you doing the project for this one, man, and then I'll do the project for another one.
All right. See, that's what I thought. I mean, yeah, I remember when the Wallaces came in, they would talk about they even, they would play tricks on teammates and even on girls they were dating. I don't know if you guys will be able to pull that off, but um, no, that's pretty cool because engineering that's a great major. And then I got to throw this in. My aunt worked in the animal science department on this campus for like 45 years, and so
Oh,
even though I'm not an animal science guy, I was a journalism guy. Um, that's a cool major, and I'm trying to think. One of the guys I talked to the other day is thinking about Mikhail Smith from Midwest City said he's thinking about pre-vet as a veterinarian, which would take him toward animal
oh,
science. So that's cool. That's excellent. Well, you guys don't do any damage on each other coming up in boxing at 11, and
Oh, no.
nah, and that is something that's cool about football training now. Is it's going in so many different directions and so many different things that kind of add to the whole uh, training regimen. So you guys are taking advantage of a lot of those things. Congratulations to your parents and your coaches and Travis Wilson, who you mentioned, because everybody's had a hand in this, and you can see on tape, and I can tell by listening, you guys are going to be two outstanding representatives in college football for Oklahoma State. So congratulations.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
All right, you guys take care. Appreciate it.
You too. Bye.
All right. Again, Blaine and Bryson Green.